Period. Say hello, seventh period. Hey, okay, here we go. So it's recording, so everyone's quiet and focused. We're on question number 74. This is a very easy one. It asks you which diagram shows you the construction of a perpendicular bisector. The two that you really should always know are perpendicular bisector and angle bisector. Those are the ones that are most, referenced. Class, which one is it? Who's got the answer? One. It's one. Remember that when you do the perpendicular bisector, you're going to put the compass here, swing a line here, put a compass on the other side, swing the line, and then draw. Yep. See which one was a perpendicular bisector.
See which one crossed at that and which one had right angle.
Yeah. I mean, these all have right angles. It's not this one because there's nothing on the bottom. It's not this one because it didn't cross. And then it's not this one either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one is one?
It's one.
Which one is
this one?
The first one?
Okay, cool. Because I was like, I thought that was
75. Too much talking, please stop. 75. When a quadrilateral is reflected over the line y equals x, which geometric relationship is not preserved? So the main thing is, here's a quadrilateral. Y equals x goes this way.
It's orientation.
And it flips going the other way. So the answer is 2. Orientation, it will change orientation. Kyra.
I have a question.
Yep.
You know how there's y equals negative x and y equals x?
Yes.
Negative x goes from that way, right?
Correct. Y equals x is like you're climbing the mountain. Y equals negative x is like you're going down the mountain. Good question. Another circle question. We love circle questions. Which one is the answer? Well, if it says the radius is 4, what can we eliminate right away?
The
ones that have 4, right?
Eliminate number 4 because it doesn't switch the sign.
Yep. We eliminate 1 and 2 because it's not squared. And then we eliminate 4 because the signs didn't switch. Yep. Now, real quick, one thing that a lot of you missed on one of the tests is they gave you a trick question. They told you that the radius was like negative 17. So in that case, if the radius was square root of 17. In that case, the radius here would be the square root of 17 squared, which is just plain 17. What you guys ended up doing is you ended up taking 17, multiplying that, and getting 100. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's not 100. It's 289, I think. And then, but what happened is that you picked the big number because you saw it squared. So you have to pay attention. If you ever get a radius that's in a square root, just removing the square root is the square.
Okay, so when it says 7, negative 3.
Yep.
When you put it in that form,
the circle formula.
Switch, right?
Yep.
And then, okay, so when it says the radius.
Excuse me, it's recording and you are being disrespectful. And someone's talking. Recording, someone's talking. Thank you.
So the radius is 4. But
yep.
In the whatchamacallit, if it's like that again, you would
because basically when we put that in, really what's happening is we're putting negative 3 next to a subtraction sign. So a negative 3 is really positive. So that's why it's switching. Okay. 77. Line segment AB is shown in the diagram below. Which 2 sets of construction marks labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4 represent perpendicular bisector? Ooh, who's got this one?
It's 4. It's 1 and 3.
That's 4.
They fall on the line. They bisect on the line.
But we would connect this to make the bisector. So it's 1 and 3.
Oh.
It is, but remember when we do right. We did that with constructions. We put the compass here, we make this curve. We put the compass here, we make this curve, and then we connect the points. Right.
How come number 74?
For the same reason.
But it doesn't fall on the line.
We'll talk separately. Okay, next. 3, 2, 1. Remember, we're not talking while this is recording. Thank you. Unless you have a question about the content. Thank you. Unless you have a question about the content. Excuse me. So 78, a straight edge and compass were used to create the construction below. Arc EF was drawn from point B, and arcs with equal radii were drawn from E and F. So which is false? The measure of angle ABD, so this angle, equals the measure of DBC, this angle. Well, that's true. So it's not going to be 1. Half of ABC, ABC is the biggest angle. Half of ABC equals ABD. That's also true. 2 times the measure of DBC, so 2 small angles, equal 1 big angle. That's true. So it's got to be 4, yep. And number 4 says 2 of the big angles equals 1 small angle. So as a hint, what you can do is you could also just give these numbers. You could have this be 10 and this be 10 and this be 20, and then say, well, does 2 times 20 equal 10? No. So another thing you could do is just put in numbers and see which ones match up. 79. In the diagram, triangle KLM below, the measure of angle L is 70. The measure of angle M is 50, and it's extended. What is the measure of L and K? Who's got this one? It's 2. Why is it 2?
Because, well, you know what I did?
Yep.
I did, because I know triangle equals 180, so I did 180 minus 70, and I got 110, and then I subtracted it from 50, which is 60. So I knew the inside, the K angle is 60, and I know a straight line is 180, so I subtracted 60 from 180, so the outside.
Can I show you what I did?
Yep, that is one way you could absolutely do it.
All right, so what I did was I added 70 plus this, and then I got 120.
Yep. Yep, you could also just do it as simple as that. Because this is an exterior angle to a triangle, the exterior angle to a triangle equals the sum of the 2 inside angles. So all you had to do is add these 2 up and also get 120. So both ways get you the correct answer.
So my question is,
yeah.
Outside of K, angle N is 120 or is it 60?
LKN is 120. Inside is 60. 80. Let's see if we can get through these questions here. The point M is the midpoint of AB. The coordinates of A are -3, 6. Okay, -3, 6. M is -5, 2. And it wants to know B. Just kind of do rise over run, run over rise. Just count boxes. Like you don't have to go super crazy. If this is the midpoint, what did I have to do to get from -3 to -5? Add 2 or subtract 2? Subtract 2. So I know if I'm at -5 here, I need to go 2 more to the left. -5 minus 2 tells me it's -7 is going to be my x. If I'm at 6, and I go to 2, what did I do? Well, I subtracted 4. So if I'm at 2 and I subtract 4 more, that gives me -2. So the answer is 4. All you got to kind of do, this would be one, like as soon as you see this question, there's a mathematical way to do it. But the easiest way to do it is to get a piece of graph paper and draw it. And here's what I found out. We're not going to give you graph paper unless you ask for it. So all you have to say is, may I have a piece of graph paper? And then you get it. Okay?
Are we going to get like scrap paper or you guys ask for that?
So you get 1 sheet of free scrap paper and every other subsequent page you have to ask for. Okay, 81. The volume in cubic centimeters of a cylinder. Well, the cylinder formula is pi r squared height. And it tells you the height is 15 and the diameter is 12. So what are the 2 tricks? There's 2 things they tried to get you wrong on.
The diameter when you need the radius.
The diameter when you need the radius. So we know the radius is 6. What's the other trick?
Pi.
And pi. All of these solutions have pi in it, so we're not going to type pi in the calculator.
Yeah.
So we know volume equals pi times 6 squared times the height, which is 15. And that's literally all we're doing. 36 times 15.
540.
540 pi, thank you. That's a whole lot of pi.
Oh, that was bad.
Okay. 82. The angles of ABC is in this ratio. What is the measure of the smallest angle? Don't overthink it. 8x, 3x, 4x. That's it. It's going to be scalene. Then we just add these up. 8 plus 3 is 11 plus 4 is 15x. How many degrees are in a triangle?
What did you put? 8 at the top?
It doesn't matter because it's a sketch.
And you divide 15 by both, right?
Then you do 180. Yep. 180 divided by 15 gives us 12. Oh, look. 12. There's our answer, right? Is 12 our answer? No.
We gotta multiply by 2.
Oh, it's
We have to
multiply by 3.
angle.
Correct.
And now it's 36.
So,
I gotta do 8 times 12.
well, all we do, since it says the smallest, we know 3 is the smallest number, Alyssa. So all we have to do is 12 times 3.
And it's 36.
And it's 36.
Turn me up, buddy.
Okay. Let's see. 83. For which polygon does the sum of the measures of the interior angles equal the sums of the measures of the exterior angles? You will definitely not have this in Georgia. Let's cross it out. The answer is 3, but you don't need to do this one. All right. All right. We'll stop here. Hold on.
I feel like I did good. You know, what's the most?